I think I would just overblow them, and when you open up the harmonica, if you take out the little screws, it's got these little slits, these little metal slits going up the scale in different lengths, which are what, when the air passes through that, below that slit, that's what causes the sound. And if one of those were to bend, the note will sound really sour. And if you're playing and you just have one note that's sour, sliding up and down the harmonicas like you do, that sour note is going to constantly stick out and it'll ruin the harmonica, and it's really tough to bend them back. So I think that would come from just blowing the absolute shit out of them, just because I'm just wanting to wail and sound like, Bob Dylan in the 1970s Rolling Thunder Review or Neil Young or something like that, It's just literally blowing the hell out of it.
So the other piece to your performance with harmonica, I've seen this especially when you're with the rock bands, and I guess even in the karaoke clubs you would do this, but you obviously have to use a microphone if you want to be amplified, and if you're out and about, you're probably at the mercy of some of the systems or the stereos or back ends that the club has there. But there was one time we jammed, and I'm actually going to run the Same Season song, which you did some harmonica on. You have this amp. You have this special, is it a vintage amp you play through?
It was I actually had to give that amp back to my girlfriend's friend
man.
who was out of town, and I had fixed it, so I'm a little bitter about that because he had a blown tube. It was a Blues Junior, Fender Blues Junior amp, tube amp, and it was really, really sweet. And I got the bullet microphone, which obviously that I still have. I'm trying to get on my way to start, making cooler sounds with it, finding out how to get some of those other strangely amplified, synthesized sounds that people get when they play stuff. But yeah, I had that and I plugged that in when we played on that song, and I no longer have that now, which is kind of lame.
Man,
so I definitely need to get another amp. And then the band that I played with a lot, Costanova, they've just recently dissolved. My friend Gilday moved away.
They moved?
Yeah.
This is breaking.
Costanova now. We saw one of the last Costanova shows ever.
This is breaking news right here.
Mhm.
Wait, what happened?
I found that out
they
when I
lost
was just on the
everybody?
road.
Isn't Gilday playing bass?
No, Gilday just moved to Massachusetts, dude. He did a crazy little life switch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's just like music, man.
We just broke news on the show. What's the name of the show, by the way?
I don't know. I was a review of my Hollywood Fringe show was on this blog called Chorus and Verse. They're a blog out in Jersey, and being a Jersey guy, I still got my connections there. So we made contact, and they invited me to come on and do my thing. So right now it's King Famous on Chorus and Verse, and talking to Adam Gertler, aka Kitchen Man. So yeah, that's it right now. That might have a name. Honestly, this show's a lot like music, man. Just playing it, and thank you so much for coming on as the first interview, man. This is really cool.
It was a pleasure. I would love to, once you get it going on, I'd be happy to come back and hang out some other time.
I think we're definitely going to be in contact in the future, especially because of you're actively playing, you're actively using the juices that people need to make music, and I think that just that little journey you took us on through Grateful Dead and Dylan and Guthrie, and I think it's real important that everybody from every walk of life hears these things, and it's just really cool. So we will definitely be checking in with you later. How can people watch you? Your show is coming up. What's the best way for people to find you?
I guess just the Food Network's website is pretty good. We did a show called We'll Work for Food, which they're still re-airing, I think, from time to time, which is episodes, when I did a food job show. And then the new show is Kid and Candy Store. We just aired our first 6 episodes, but they're probably going to re-air that at some point. We're working on a Halloween special now that's going to air in October, which is all about the kind of candies that your dentist doesn't want you to have, but that you love on Halloween to fill up your treats bag. And then we're going to have new episodes probably coming on January 2011. So I'm gonna do my best to not gain 100 pounds and eat candy and tell everybody about it.
So, final question before we go: what music do you listen to on the set? If you have to listen to music, how do you do it? When do you do it? And is it something you do on a regular basis?
I wish I could listen to music on the set a lot more because of the nature of our show. It's a reality show. Any kind of music that's playing usually has to be turned off. And they put in music that is, you know, from libraries of music that they purchase after the show. So that's frustrating. But, you know, I carry my iPod around. I do listen to a lot of Rolling Stones, like I said before. I just think it's great rock and roll music, played really smartly and excellently. And I use that to get pumped a lot. So I'll play that on my iPod, you know, if I'm running or trying to lift weights or, you know, just cooking or anything. You know, I usually like pretty amped up stuff. And some of the new stuff too, you know, like Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. I'm actually going to go see them at Sunset Junction tomorrow, which I'm excited about. They got a cool kind of old-timey feel, but some, you know, great stuff. Band Phoenix that the kids seem to like today. That's some pretty good stuff too.
Yeah, Sunset Junction. That's the annual music festival up here in Sunset Boulevard in Silver Lake, right?
Yeah, that's in Silver Lake. I think there's another one on Sunset Boulevard, right? There's like all these.
Yeah, there's a bunch of. I think there's some branched out from the other one, and it's always a scene. It's
yeah, so I'm going to that tomorrow. You should go check that out too.
Yeah, you know, actually I should, but if I'm available, I'll go up there. I heard kids try to sneak in through like the woods or something. But you could also go. You could also go donate. I think it's a donation, right?
Take the train.
Yeah.
Uptown. Take the train downtown. Get out and walk around. You grew up in the dojo and things were so innocent it seemed. And throw a punch, you could throw a kick, but there's always someone you'd rather be. Travel east to west, back again. Saw the sunrise and saw the moon set. And the trees go blowing, sing the sweetest wind. And we come calling again. We come calling again. The same season. It's the same season. It's the same season. It's the same.
You're listening to King Famous on chorusandverse.com. Hope you enjoyed today's show, talking to Adam Gertler. You can currently catch him on the show Kid in a Candy Store on the Food Network. Definitely do a search for Adam Gertler on thefoodnetwork.com and you'll see him there. Very interesting, some stuff he brought up, especially about how he got into music via mixtape, and definitely some very good musicians he mentioned on today's show. So coming up next week, we're going to have a new guest, or next month, we're going to have a new guest talk about any myriad of things that just falls in to the big wide world of music, whether it's making music, performing, booking shows, anything that relates to music, the industry, people's ears. We're going to cover the whole gambit. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. As Sir Shadow says, to be continued.